Hi, my name is Kat, and I had a question about how to use my templates with scanned documents. So if you were previously using the paper method or you had hard copies of your portfolio and now you want to switch to digital, how might you go about that? Okay, so if you have your paper files, all of your hard copies, if you want to scan it, the best thing to do is scan them as individual JPEG images. A lot of scanners or copiers have that option where you can just put the stack of papers that you need and opt to scan each file as a JPEG image. And so it'll save each page as a separate JPEG file. And what you can do is put all those on a USB so that you can then drag just the document that you need onto the page of a standard. Okay, so here we're looking at the document that I have right now. This is the program portfolio. And let's just pretend that whatever I put on the page matches the standard. Okay, so right now I want to put a scanned document here. So we're going to go up to Insert, Pictures, Picture from File. Okay, so I'm just going to pick a picture here. Let's say I want a floor plan. All right, so that went in perfectly. But again, this is an image, so let's try something a little more complicated. So let's go to Insert, Pictures, Picture from File, and let's try this, which is actually a document that was scanned. So right here we have a much larger document. As you can see, it's skipped to the next page. And a lot of times NACI doesn't want to see this whole page. They just want to see the part of the page that's relevant to the standard. So let's say this bottom part from TRICARE is what's relevant to NACI. I'm just going to crop this down. Okay, using the photo crop tool, and it jumped back to the previous page. I'll indicate that I'm done. Okay, and that's all we need. Okay, now let's go to the next page here. Let's say you actually needed that whole page. So I'm going to go to Insert again, and I'm going to pick a different page. Actually, I think that was the same page. So what we'll do here is just crop the parts of this page that we don't need. There, and I'm going to resize it so it fits into that previous page. Right there. And just to make it pretty, let's center that. So select that, select centered, and voila, beautiful. Okay, now it looks really small on my screen, but when your assessor comes, it should look more like this. So the page is big enough that they can actually see what's on the page. I just like to make it as minimal as possible just so I can see the entire page. Now I want to show you what it looks like when you try to upload an entire PDF document. So we're going to go to Picture from File, and I think this is a multiple page PDF document. So all it did here was take one of the pages, okay, and it put it into the document. So it wasn't all the pages that I needed, it was just one random page. This is actually the first page of this document. Okay, so jump to the next page. Again, PDF is not great because it's only going to pick the first page out, and it might not be the page that you need. Okay, but let's say we actually needed this. Okay, so this is sideways. We're going to go right here. This is the rotate tool. We're going to rotate that right. And I'm just going to crop out this top part and say, I probably only needed this section. Done. Okay, so once you click out of the crop tool, then it's going to think that you're done cropping. Done. Okay, so this is a pretty straightforward way to do your documents, and this is why I also recommend JPEGs. It's just a lot easier and a lot more straightforward than using PDFs. I don't know if you've ever tried copying and pasting things from a PDF, but the formatting always gets funky, and JPEGs are just a lot easier to work with. If you think of any questions, please send me an email and I'll be happy to answer them.